Hey Saiko! Let's review Rugrats Adventures in Gameland. The premise is basic. Tommy and his little gang of Rugrats see a commercial on TV for a new Reptar video game, or Bibio game as the babies want to call it. They don't have a gaming console or money or any way to actually get the game, so they decide to make up their own Reptar-inspired adventure using their imagination. The game is a 2D platformer and plays just as you would expect. You can walk and jump and crawl and butt stomp and do all the platformy things you'd want to do. While some of the levels are pretty cute and fun to play, the boss fights are underwhelming. Their patterns are basic, their animations aren't as robust as the babies. Overall they're, for lack of a better word, clunky.
Oh my god!
I feel they could have put a little bit more work into them, been a little more creative on their attack patterns, and just made them better. The devs were clearly inspired by Super Mario Bros. 2. Chuckie can jump high and far while kicking his legs like Luigi. Lil can glide a little as she descends like Princess Peach. Phil is a little quicker in his movement and when carrying things like Toad. And finally Tommy, of course, is well-rounded like Mario. The best part is you can swap characters mid-level, which I think is a good idea, but I feel this is where they slipped up. They didn't push the idea far enough. It feels like they were aiming for 10 when they should have been aiming for 11.
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly.
As it plays right now, each Rugrat comes with their own health bar, well actually health bottle, which means you have 4 complete bars of health to beat any given level. Doesn't sound too bad, right, Saiko? Wrong, this is the mistake. By giving each baby their own health bar, it means if you screw up and get one of the babies killed, for instance like Chuckie, you lose your ability to jump super high, which means that no part of any level can require you to jump super high, which means each level has to be designed to be beatable by every baby.
No way.
It doesn't matter if you lose Chuckie or Phil or Lil or even Tommy. No level can genuinely take advantage of any of the baby's abilities because you have to be able to beat the level no matter which Rugrat you have left. To fix this, all they needed to do was have a shared health bar, so all the babies live or all the babies die based on one baby bottle of health. This way, as long as the player was alive, they'd have access to Chuckie's high jump, Lil's glide, Phil's speed, and Tommy's overall goodness, which then allows each level to have sections that take advantage of each Rugrat. They could have gaps that only Lil's glide can cross or high platforms only Chuckie could reach. Even the boss fights could have been made way more interesting by forcing players to switch between the babies to execute some pattern needed to win. Shared health bars coupled with quick Rugrat switching, like putting it in the controller bumpers instead of in the pause menu, could have made the levels and therefore the game so much better. It's such a shame they didn't go that route. Visually, the devs seem to have some fun. The entire game can be played in modern mode or 8-bit mode. Modern mode has a very beautiful hand-drawn cel-painted style to it. The Rugrats in particular look great. Their movements are well animated, their colors are bright, and they're just as adorable as ever. And as a bonus, each one has their own cute idle animation. Some of the environments and bad guys, particularly the bosses, don't look as good as the OG babies. Their designs range from cute to generic. It's not horrible, but it is noticeable. My only real complaint though is for some reason modern mode by default starts zoomed in. I'm assuming it's to showcase a 16:9 aspect ratio to maintain the modern feel, but it's clear not all levels were designed or tested with this in mind because there were multiple times throughout my playthrough where I jumped into enemies I couldn't see because they were just outside the zoomed in limits. You can change the zoom level to see the full 4:3 screen, which I like, but I didn't use it because I wanted to play the game the way it was meant to be played. I omakased it.
Omakase?
Is that the name of the place?
No, that just means he brings
That's
it
the
to you
name of
and
the
you don't
place.
choose, he chooses.
That's the
Omakase.
place.
Anyway.
I figured if the devs defaulted modern mode to a 16:9 zoom, then that's how they wanted us to experience the game, and I wanted to play the game the way they wanted me to play it. I think it didn't need the zoom in feature at all. The game looks perfectly fine at 4:3. It's like when people used to zoom in their widescreen movies because God forbid there be black bars on the top and bottom of their TV. Sure, let's distort the image, crop off about 20% of the screen, but hey, at least there's no more black bars. Ridiculous. What 8-bit mode lacks in high-res art and animation, it more than makes up with well-designed and super cute NES-style graphics. I actually enjoyed playing the 8-bit mode better than I did modern. For one, the screen defaults to 4:3, so no more cutting off the goodness just to fill the screen. And two, the clunkiness the modern versions sometimes seem to have mostly went away. For example, there's one level where you have to dodge some jumping gingerbread men. In the modern mode, the gingerbread men are ginormous and seem impossible to avoid. But in 8-bit mode, they're perfectly sized and totally reasonable to stop. I'm not sure why they decided to change some of the enemy sizes so drastically from 8-bit mode to modern, but it's odd decisions like that that make the 8-bit version feel slightly better designed and more polished. In fact, I particularly love how Tommy looks. His 8-bit design reminds me of another cute little baldy bad boy. I am a fan of Rugrats. I grew up watching Tommy, Chuckie, Phil, Lil, and Angelica, and I love them all. When I first saw the screenshots for this game, I got excited. When the 8-bit graphics suddenly swapped to a modern cartoon style in the trailer, I was hooked. I knew I was gonna get it. I even pre-ordered the Golden Reptar Collector's Edition from Limited Run, so I wanted to like this game. In fact, I wanted to love it. But it's just not a very good game. It has some great visuals and solid concepts, but it all needed to be taken further. Much, much further.
We need that extra push over the cliff.
So I'm sorry to say, but I give Rugrats Adventures in Gameland a 2 out of 5. It's a game, it does a thing, but with more polish and some gameplay tweaks, like a shared health bar to promote baby switching level designs, it could have been so much better. If you're a diehard fan of the series and just want to go on a new adventure with your favorite Rugrat pals, then this game might be for you. Heck, bad game or not, I'm still looking forward to my Golden Reptar. But if your love of Rugrats is only passing and what you really want is a good platformer, look somewhere else, because this Bibio game needs a diaper change.